Whoa, whoa, whoa. Unit 9, Global Change. 1. What is the molecular formula for ozone? We have O3. Number 2. Write out a series of chemical equations that illustrate the destruction of the ozone and the ozone layer. So we have ozone, I apologize, y'all. Voice is definitely out. Whew. Okay. So these are the two. We have ozone reacting with chlorine, and that creates chlorine monoxide and oxygen gas. And the chlorine monoxide reacts with oxygen atom to release that chloride or chlorine atom again, which can then react with another ozone molecule. Number 3, why do we need ozone in the stratosphere? So the stratosphere or stratospheric ozone filters out the sun's ultraviolet radiation. What does CFC stand for? Well, it stands for chlorofluorocarbons, which are non-toxic, non-flammable chemicals used in the manufacture of aerosol spray, blowing agents, for foams, so chlorine destroys ozone in a catalytic reaction where 100,000 molecules of ozone are destroyed per one chlorine atom. Okay, number 5. So HCFCs, they stand for hydro chlorofluorocarbons. They are chemical compounds used in foam, refrigeration, and air conditioning. HCFCs are not suitable replacement for CFC because HCFCs still break down stratospheric ozone. So, two effects. For humans, it cause cataracts, skin cancer. For the environment, crop damage, and that's due to the inhibition of photosynthesis. And then animals develop eye and skin cancer, just as us humans do. Okay, for number 7, strengthen the weakened statement. So again, we'll write 7 down here. I have the combustion of fossil fuel releases sequestered carbon to the atmosphere, increasing the net global concentration greenhouse gases. Okay, number 8. What are the principal greenhouse gases? Why is water not a significant greenhouse gas? So we have CO2, methane, N2O, O3, tropospheric, water vapor, concentration varies based on location. So, highest global warming potential, GWP, would be the CFCs, y'all. They don't break down at all. Or, it takes a long time to break down. And then the lowest GWP would be water vapor. How does the greenhouse effect work? So it works by the absorption of infrared radiation by atmospheric gases and re-radiation of the energy back towards Earth. Describe the trend in global greenhouse gas emissions since the Industrial Revolution. So, increasing. There it is, y'all. Simply increasing. So, increasing temperatures will cause melting permafrost and sea levels rising. Why is this a problem? Well, coastal areas may be affected, so coastal areas may be under water due to the rising sea levels. Number 13. How is flooding caused by global climate change? So I'm going to write 13 right here, y'all. So warmer air can hold more water. So climate change will give potential for stronger rainfall. 14. How are winds affected by global climate change? So, increased speed oceans across the world. How are ocean currents affected by global climate change? So, it will change climate patterns around the world. Warmer waters will promote the development of stronger storms in the tropics. Alright, 16 here. Okay, so how can more erosion occur with global climate change? So, more frequent and intense rainfall leads to the erosion of soil. 17. What is albedo? How will this be affected by a change in global temperatures? So albedo, let's define that first. Simply how well a surface reflects solar energy. With more ice melting, the overall albedo on Earth will decrease as more energy is absorbed by the surface rather than being reflected. 18. How would global climate change lead to more emissions of methane in the atmosphere? With coastal areas that could potentially be flooded due to rising sea levels, methane emissions could increase because natural methane are produced by anaerobic bacterial decomposition. 19. List 3 things you could do to decrease your contribution to global climate change. Number 1, you could power your home with renewable energy. Number 2, eat less meat. Number 3, reduce water waste. So how does ocean warming lead to coral bleaching? So coral has a narrow range of tolerance. So they will die if the temperature increases. How does ocean warming lead to changes in marine metabolic and reproductive processes? So I'm going to be writing it right here. So fish are cold-blooded. So an increase in ocean temperature, I'm going to write with the T, will increase metabolic processes, thus increasing the demand for oxygen. Number 22, explain the increasing concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that leads to ocean acidification. So we have water reacts with CO2 to create carbonic acid, which reduces the pH of the water. Number 23. How do humans increase the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? Easy. Burning fossil fuel and causing deforestation. Just to name a few. So 24. Why is ocean acidification harmful to organisms that have shells in the ocean? So hydrogen ions react with calcium carbonate in the shells, thus damaging the shell of the organism. Number 25. So, invasive species are species that spreads rapidly across large areas. They threaten biodiversity by acting as predators, pathogens, or superior competitors to native species. 26. Are invasive species R or K selected? Well, invasive species are often said to be R selected species. 27. Describe any invasive species we learned in class. Why were they successful? What are some human intervention approaches to use to control the invasive species? So, the kudzu vines would be an example. The vines were fast growing and outcompete outcompetes everything from native grasses to fully mature trees by shading them from the sunlight. Need for photosynthesis. So, ways to control this invasive species would be to cut, graze, dig the vines out, compare threatened, endangered to extinct. Give an example of each in the United States. So I'm going to be putting number 28 right here. Okay, so we have threatened. That's defined as likely to become endangered in the foreseeable future. The examples are the gray wolf, California, condor. Then we have endangered. Species in danger of extinction within the foreseeable future. So examples would be the Florida panther, and then the monarch butterfly. Then we have extinct. Species that no longer exists today. So the examples are the Eastern elk, the Carolina parakeet. Number 29. What human activities lead organisms to become endangered? So let's list them here. We have unsustainable, hunting or harvesting, deforestation, and urban, suburban development, intentional introduction of destructive diseases. Number 30. So, having specialized feeding requirements and having specialized mating would be two intrinsic characteristics of endangered species that makes it difficult for them to rebound in a changed environment. So number 31, three laws that would be broken would be CITES, a treaty on international trade of endangered species. We also have the Lacey Act, prohibits the interstate transport of wild animals without a permit. And last but not least, we have the Kyoto Protocol, so agreement to reduce greenhouse gases emissions during harvesting of lumber. Number 32, how can we protect endangered species? Describe two methods. So I'm going to write 32 right here. So two methods would be to pass legislation like the Endangered Species Act, designed to protect the endangered species. Then we have protecting entire ecosystems will preserve the habitats of many species. Number 33. Strengthen this weak statement. Protecting endangered species like the giant panda costs too much and should be stopped. So, protecting endangered species like the giant panda involves the protection of their habitats, which potentially could involve the purchase of the habitat. Fill in the table with HIPCO. For each letter, describe what it stands for and give an example. So H is habitat loss and degradation. The example is clear cutting force. I is for invasive species. The kudzu vine. Dominating an area. Population growth. So the population is maintained by medicine. So we have medicine helps maintain the population. Pollution. There are plenty of types, like light and noise. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Climate change. Sea level rising. Overfishing. Decrease or extinction of fish species. What is habitat fragmentation? So it is the process in which a large expanse of habitat is transferred or transformed, into a number of smaller patches of smaller total area, isolated from each other. So how does it occur? Human development of the land. Okay. What does it do to the population of the organisms? It decreases the population of the organism. Okay. That's it for today, y'all. Good luck on your exam. Have a good one.